You know, normally we put on a coating of gesso and then lay our color on and blend it. Well, this time we're not going to do that, because if you put the gesso in there, it will give you too much of an opaque, a lighter, softer look. And remember, this color has to be very intense, and getting too much white in there, well, you'll never get this intensity of color, okay? So we want to be very, very careful that the white does not become too important. All right, so we take our brush now, and we're going to start right in this area. Now, you can go ahead and wet it. That won't hurt a thing, and sometimes that's very helpful. You can use your brush, or remember, you can spray with your spray bottle, whichever you prefer, and just put a little moisture on. Now, you have to put the paint on very thick. Now, this is another good reason for this lesson, is it teaches you a little bit about some technique. Now, we're going to start right here at the center. We're going to take yellow and orange and red. See, we're going to take all of those right there on our brush, starting right here in the center. You kind of roll that along. Now, don't spread it too thin, because if you do, what you're going to get is a wash. You can see how washy that is. You want to keep it on nice and thick. It's okay to spread it, but you're going to have to put the paint on thicker. Okay, I got a little too much water in my brush. That's another thing. If you have too much water in your brush, that can be a bad thing. So I'm going to suck some of it out of the heel where the bristles are there. Okay. Now, take a little bit more orange and red, and I just keep building this little area right here. And you see, I kind of went right down into where that sketch was, so that'll give me a good coverage, because if I put the heels back in there, I can put them in there quickly and overlap this and raise this up. Okay, now I'm going to kind of show this to you here so you kind of get an idea of what we're doing. Okay, you'll see right down here in this part. Of course, we'll come back and add some more of the yellow. I don't know if I can get both of these up here or not. Maybe I can. Yeah, it might work out, so you can see how this works. Okay, get my yellow right there in the middle. See how much paint I'm using, folks? I'm not fooling around. I'm putting plenty of paint on here. Making sure that it's nice and thick. Okay, now I'm not going to spread this. Okay, this is very important. I'm going to reload and gradually move the color upward. That way I know it's nice and thick and it's covering the canvas nicely. See how nice that works? And once again, this will be left yellow. Now, as we head to the top part, that's where we start getting into the mauves. But you have to move this red way up here. Well, I know this is hard for us to do. If you've never painted a painting with this much intensity, this has got to be really hard for you. But I guarantee you, if you just bear with it, you'll have a lot of fun with it. You'll get a lot out of it, and it'll make you feel good. In fact, I have another painting sometime we're going to work on. It's a little larger with some ducks that are flying in the background. It has a scene kind of like this, a background like this. Okay, you take this right on up. Now, that's about 2/3 of the way. Blending it in good. Now I'm going to start at the top with my purple and some blue and some burnt sienna. So we come down here. Now notice I'm not going to clean out my brush. So I don't have any reason to, because I want the red to stay in there. But now I'm going to take the purple and the blue, and that's really all I'm going to have to put in there, because the red in there does exactly see. It's the same color. Okay, we start right like this. We work our way in, but don't spread it. Here again, just put it on, reload, blue, purple, maybe a touch of the red in there, because you've got to keep this opaque. And remember, without the white in there, it doesn't opaque itself very well. Alrighty. Now, you can see I've got quite a bit more purple in the top part here. So now as I go up, I don't add any more red. I just take the blue and the purple. Start right there. See, I keep loading because I want to make sure I have plenty of paint. A lot of you will stretch your paint and try to make it last, and that's what gets you in trouble. Now, boy, I tell you, this is marvelous. This is so pretty to see this much color and know how to manage it. I think that's really what this lesson is all about, how to manage the color. Now, after I've got it on there, then I take my brush and I rinse out the excess just kind of quickly. I don't have to get it real clean. Just get the excess real thick paint off. Okay, and then wipe it out. Get the too much water off it, kind of spread it out. And then take your finger and spread it. Now start at the base using big X's. You want to gradually feather your way up. Now see how I'm going? I'm going up into this. I have to tip this forward a little bit because I have such a glare in here I can't see it. Okay. Now blending this up, and then I'll blend it back down. I'm blending it up and down until all these colors blend together. And then we put the final hot spot, the bright yellow, right in the center. Boy, it'll be exciting. Now this is a little tough if you've not blended like this before. It's a little easier to blend muddled lighter colors because you don't have to work so hard at working the strokes out. Okay, so here you have to really learn to feather. Well, folks, that's what these lessons are for, to take you a step further into the world of painting new things. Quite an adventure, actually. Okay, and just keep going. See how nice that is? Blends down, you don't see any brush strokes. You got a nice clean light. Just after the sun's going down, the sky's already dark at the top. That's how you get that real deep richness. And notice how I'm just barely skimming the surface, just barely touching it.